Good afternoon and welcome to the preview for the Oz racing on the weekend. Couple of interesting races. I'm not too sure whether we'll be getting two involved, but maybe the TT in New Zealand again. They're guaranteeing 250,000, which is very strange. They continue to throw money into it when they're betting a quarter of that. So as long as they keep doing that, we'll have a small tickle there, but not a big investment, just something in case we fluke a big result and we get the lot. Going through the card, went to Ascot. Ascot race 6. Passion Cantata, very nice trial this, ran good time. Runs its best races fresh, drawn well, going to get up onto the speed. Should be around, I don't know, 7 or 8 to 1 maybe. If you can get that sort of price, I think that's over the odds. There's not a lot of depth in this race. World Traders won its last 2, but it's drawn bad. So Mickey Two Shoes drawn barrier 1 that's got no speed. So there's a few that have got a few issues here. I think from barrier 4 this has got a good chance. So Ascot race 6, number 6, Passion Cantata. We go to race 7. Found one here at a big price that I think can improve. I've backed this a couple of times before in 14 and 1600 metre races. It gave big starts and ran on. Stepped it up to a bit of ground. I think that's what it wants. And race 7, number 2, Red Mercedes. I think this is over the odds. Trainer's a good trainer. I mean, these are staying races. Different winner every week. There's a couple coming from the provincials that have won a couple. Success Story won at Pinjarra, so I don't know how that form's going to hold up here, but I think at the certainly double figures that this is going to be, it's worth a nibble. Race 7, number 2, Red Mercedes. We go to the last race, Ascot race 8. We've got 2 here that I've black booked. High limit. If it had gone straight last start, it would have won. It was a disgraceful ride. Jock's got the flick. Whiting goes on. Dragged the bats 3 wide, no cover, and then, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 wide coming around the corner, and it hung. Hit it with the wet and it hung. Rides at hands and heels, it would have won easy. So I think Whiting is a big plus. Not sure whether this will be any fancy price, but it doesn't deserve to be. It should have won last start, should have won 3 in a row. So I think it's hard to beat. Number 15, High Limit. Virtual Trader now, it's had 2 runs back from a spell. They rode it upside down last start, went up on the speed. Better if they ride it cold. If they do that, it might be able to swamp home late at a price. So earmark 2 here, 15 from 9. Nothing at Eagle Farm catches my eye. Morphettville, same old garbage running around there every week. The provincials. Now Riccarton, wet track there. Now there's a couple there that I've been waiting for them to get out onto the wet ground. We go to race 6, number 1, Captain Todd. The wet track's going to help it. It's got form on all sorts of going, but seems to find a little extra to get a little bit of sting out of the track. So Riccarton race 6, number 1, Captain Todd. Of the rest, probably number 15 if it gets into the field. The jockey's the problem, but this is another one, needs the wet ground. Number 15, Golden Cash. So I'll bracket the 2 of them, 1 and 15, Riccarton race 6. We go to Riccarton race 9. This is another one, been waiting for slow heavy for this. A Vow, number 11, A Vow. I think this has got a good chance. The wet ground's going to help it. We go to Rosehill. There's some good races from a spectacle point of view. There's a couple of interesting horses that have trialled well, may need the hit out. A couple of imports that Waller's got, given them some, his usual 2 and 3 and even 4 trials to get them ready. There's one in race 5, Diametric. This has had 4 trials. Its last 2 have been terrific. Against this sort of field, this would only have to be about 75-80% fit to beat them. I don't think it'll be any fancy price. I don't think the bookies are going to put this up any fancy price. But if you can get 6 or 7 or 8 to 1, I think this has got a good chance. Rose Hill, race 5, number 5, Diametric. Race 6, nice tough race. I went for River de Largo last time, given absolutely no hope the way it was ridden. But it's a back marker, and that's the problem with this horse. It'll be a price again. I'll probably follow up one more run with it. I think there's a bit of speed in this race and steps up to the 1500, and that'll suit it. I'll give it one more chance. Rose Hill, race 6, number 3, River de Largo. We go to the big race there, the 1500. There's a few here. This is a very, very tough race. There's probably 6 or 7 could win. Whoever gets luck in running, that's the key. Catkins is going really well. 58, bit of a problem for me. Barrier 13, that's not going to help, but it is racing well. The best 3 chances have drawn terrible. Catkins, Real Surreal, and Royal Descent, they've all drawn the river. So that's the problem. If Dear Demi was back to its best, it would beat them. Its first up run was very good. I mean, Clary Connors doesn't train too many winners nowadays. That's a big concern, but I think it's got a chance. But a race probably shouldn't be betting in. There's just far too many chances. Race 8, small field. Looks a race in 3, Fiorente, It's a Done Deal, Silent Achiever. I think one of them's probably going to win the race. Fiorente on its, you can't fault its form. It's won twice now against the tempo. Never looked like it was going to win either time and did the job. So it's now getting up to the right distance range, and I think it's going to be hard to beat. We go to Sandown. Not much of a meeting here. Race 4, number 9, Collins Street. This found all sorts of trouble first up and virtually forget the run. Trial before that was terrific. Track work since has been good. I think if you can get some sort of price around this, number 9, Collins Street, it's worth a bet each way. Race 5, don't really like the race. Race 6, same thing, awful race. Although Mr. Milton, its run behind Lankan Rupee was a lot better than it looks. It was last and then come flying home. I wouldn't be dismissing this horse as an impossible one in this at a price. So maybe Sandown race 6, number 8, Mr. Milton at a price. That's about it for the Sandown meeting. Tauranga in New Zealand, there's 2 legs of the TT here. A couple of interesting races. Chins did the job for us last start. They bet 15-20 to 1, which we got on the Thursday. It led all the way and virtually gave them no hope. Can repeat it here. It's exactly the same field. Viadana, I think, is the one that may improve. It's got blocked all the way down the straight last start. Got beat 2 or 3 lengths. Run was really good. Also, Zonza. This one's going to improve in this race as well. So, pretty tough race. Got 3 on top from 1 and 5. That's about it for the Tauranga meeting. I've had a look at Sha Tin on Sunday. This is the worst meeting I've seen at Sha Tin for probably 6 months. Certainly this season anyway. There's 11 races. 4 of the races are ruled out automatically with unraced. That knocks out any TT and 6-up action as well. Also knocks out one of the quartets. So it's going to be a very, very light day. If we play at all, it'll probably be the last race quartet where it's quite a bit of depth. And our old mate Dame Patrol, terrific piece of track work the other morning and broke 22. He hasn't trialled it, so it's interesting that he hasn't trialled it. It normally does. But it's drawn barrier 13 down the straight, which is the first time it's actually got out there. Last time it got out there, it had no hope. Missed the kick and then he had to ride it. I think it's going to hit the outside rail first, and if it does that, if it can run anywhere near the 56 mark, they're going to have their asses on the ground chasing it. So we'll wait until Sunday, see what sort of price it is. If it's double figures, we might step in and have a little lash in that race. If it's not double figures, we'll let it go and let it win. Good luck if you play on the weekend. Thanks for tuning in. And next Wednesday at Happy Valley, next Wednesday at Sha Tin, we're going to the all-weather meeting. There's a triple jackpot there in the TT, so that's going to be an interesting night for all of us. The all-weather track always opens up some opportunities, so we're looking forward to that. Good luck on the weekend, guys.